order. And we're on 11.13, district grant requests. That one is the simplest one to deal with.
Slush fund?
Just second.
Well, that's what it is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is, see?
So everybody sees them. We want to do them.
Yes,
Okay,
always want to do them. Just let me get mine together here now.
Want to take over here?
okay, so the first one is East Chester Recreation Association. Yeah, well, that's, well, I don't.
East Chester Recreation Association and Community Center and Ocean Swells, Community Association and the Community Center doing some projects and operational stuff. 3,000 and 3,300 each. You know, I'll move to approve those.
Second.
Discussion. All those in favor?
Yeah.
Motion's carried. District 2.
Yeah, they all have their applications, from the pictures with them. The spring play is for the local parks area, a new one that I've never dealt with before, a little Easter thing. The beach committee has, winter storms, they're trying to do some cleanup. It is,
Sorry?
the parking lot does belong to the highway, but.
You got the grants, not the total, you got the grants themselves, the applications themselves.
That's a community garden, and the Lions Club, they were doing some maintenance in their bar area and bearing mold and a bunch of rot and have to fix it and doing that. And so the teams have been on the bottom for it. The spring play is the fourth place one where they're doing a play. I think that's the thing. Anyways, I know about them all, they're all good projects, I'll make a motion to approve.
Just one point out with a couple of these grants. So for example, like with the Foresight Spring Play, there's also an amount for District 7 for the same event.
That's
So,
right.
so if you want, so I'm not sure how you want it, if you want to approve by district or a full amount for the Foresight Spring Play, it would be an amount, a portion coming from District 2 and a portion coming from District 7.
350 by district.
Okay, I just wanted to.
You're approving the ones in your
I'll
district.
make a motion to approve.
We have a second. Second.
Second that motion.
Discussion. All those in favor?
Mr.
Opposed? Motion's carried. District 3.
And what's the first one? I just,
Chester Minor Basketball.
Yeah. That's one where 3 districts are contributing. Mr. Warden, you're one, Sharon's district and District 3. So I'm going to move the adoption of this. This is a new organization servicing the whole municipality. I think it's a good startup, and I think this will be a big help to them. And I move that one.
Second.
Second.
Discussion. All those in favor? Opposed? Next one.
The next one, the Legion.
Legion.
Look, find that one. I've looked at the Legion one. It's a good project. They're doing some renovations to make more accessible, and I recommend or make a motion we approve that grant application.
Second.
Discussion. All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carried. Yeah, most of them have to do that. Yeah.
And that's the only 2 I have, I think, isn't it? Now,
I only have one, and it's Chester Minor Basketball Association, and I can't make any motions, but I'm happy to.
but that's the one I think we included all 3 in
That's
that.
already done in his, I think.
No, we're doing district by district.
I'll move that that's
Okay.
approved.
I'll second it.
Discussion, all those in favor? Okay, District 5, we have nothing. District 6, we have asked for.
I'd like to put a motion on the floor to put more in my. That's all right.
District 7,
I have 3, and I agree with all of them. One is the basketball, and one is Chester Minor Hockey, and the spring play, which is what I agreed to a long time ago. That's going on at the playhouse, and so I'll move that we approve the 3.
Second that motion for Mrs. Church.
discussion, all those in favor? Opposed? Motion's carried.
Just for clarification, there's still some money left in some budgets, particularly mine. When is the deadline for the
In March.
application?
So we have one more council meeting, March the 28th.
Okay, so it had to be in by March 28th.
Yeah.
sometimes it's hard to spend some money.
The grant would have to be in, the application would have to be in
Before.
the
Well,
week before that.
The week prior, normally to be included in the council package unless it's
Unless
added
it's
as a late item.
We've done that before. As long as it's here on the last meeting, we're good.
We can bring it and add it to the agenda.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ed.
Okay, 11.4, planning matters, Twin Rivers Development Agreement, first reading.
You said you'd be back.
Thank you for your time here. There's a development agreement draft before you for maximum 14-unit land lease community. It's an existing manufactured home park, and there's some deficiencies in their planning approvals, so they have to come in and get approval through this DA process. We've reviewed all the information they brought in, and we've asked for more, and provided adequate information on the application. There's adequate vehicle circulation, parking, and amenity space, and there's existing private water and sewer services. We also consulted with the province on roadway access, archaeological, and stormwater runoff to the highway right of way, and they're content with the existing situation. I guess one of the main things that are in the development agreement is setbacks for manufactured homes. We've set that at 2.5 meters. And then also there's some treed areas around the site that we've recommended a vegetative screening setback to maintain those trees for visuals to neighboring properties, but also screening the property from the highway and things like that. So we've circulated the draft to the solicitor as well as the owner, and they're both content with it. There was a question about enforcing the setback when replacement manufactured homes come in, and there would be a development permit and a building permit for such changes. So there would be a level of enforcement there to make sure that no manufactured homes stay on the site. There was one that we noted that is actually over the line to the neighboring property, and a couple that are a little closer than perhaps they should be for certain matters in the code and that. So in the DA, we've added language saying any new replacement manufactured homes, they need to be within this at least 2.5 meters from the property line. So yeah, this is first reading, so if there's any questions on the draft DA or the matters in the report, I'm happy to answer those questions. And I guess we bring this back for a public hearing, the next available meeting, which is actually April 11th, to get the notification.
Paul, is there a place to put more homes on their land that, well, they're proposing to sell, right? Is there a lot of land there in that part besides?
No, it's maxed out.
It's maxed out, okay.
Yeah, once you factor in where the septic fields are
Yeah.
and stuff, there's not enough.
Well, I'll make a motion for option one. I can read it if you like.
Well, I don't use two, but you can if you want.
Before you make the move, can we just get clarification? You said April 11th to bring it back for public hearing. It says the 28th in here.
Yes, I
Just
didn't realize that.
March 28th? Oh, it's the 11th then? You're looking for?
It is the 11th,
Okay.
because we need I didn't factor in the extra week that we need to the newspaper.
Okay, I just want to be clear so that the motion doesn't get
So
passed.
the motion will reflect.
Reflect that the date is changed from March the 28th to April the 11th.
Yes.
Okay, seconder,
Second.
discussion, all those in favor? Opposed, motion is carried, thank you.
It won't be that.
It's really strange when planning matters are simpler than
Oh.
some of the other stuff. Paul's more complex.
Yeah, really.
Traditionally, they-
Yes, exactly. Oh, yeah.
Okay. 11.5, infrastructure operations corporate strategic pre-funded approval for summer students.
That's right. Good morning.
Morning.
So the Corporate Strategic Management Fund and Infrastructure and Operations Departments are seeking council's pre-budget approval for the upcoming fiscal year for the purpose of hiring 2 summer student positions. For infrastructure and operations, we're looking to hire a GIS technician. We've been in conversation with the Nova Scotia Community College, and there's a great opportunity to partner with them in that they have, for their GIS program, they have those students have to complete a 5-week mandatory term field placement. So that will be the first 5 weeks will be to fulfill their graduation requirements through that course, and then the remainder of the weeks will be with us to sort of continue that work. So the bulk of that work will focus on helping us with basically the development of our asset registry, both in terms of the structuring of that, determining the data fields to collect, and some processes around that. So should council go ahead, what we would do is develop a detailed work program for that student, and then have that ready to go. The budget ask for the GIS summer technician is in the range of 9,000 to 13,000, all of that level 1 student rate in the salary ranges. So that's essentially the infrastructure and operations position. Any questions about that position at this time?
Anyone?
I think that's a great idea, partner.
We have a lot of stuff we need to get done.
There's a lot of stuff we need to get done. So the other position, and Erin, I don't know if you want to, but it's basically for corporate strategy, corporate communications and public relations assistant. And this is to help with existing, well, not only summer peak workload around various communications and public relations work, but also to address with our capacity for work that still needs to be done around that work. We have, as you know, an absolutely fantastic communications and PR department, one, but there's more to be done. So we're seeking a position to advance a number of those things, and you can see on detail page 3. The budget ask for that position is slightly more, from 10,800 to 14,300, somewhere in that range, partly because we also have to buy an additional laptop for that position. The GIS position I mentioned earlier, we have an existing floating workstation, so we just make use of that. So that is, in very brief summary, the 2 positions that we're seeking.
Anyone have any questions, concerns?
I'll make the motion to approve option 1.
Second,
Second.
discussion. All those in favor? Oh, it's carried.
Thank you kindly.
Curbside giveaway.
This was simply a request that actually originally came from a resident, but in some jurisdictions, they do curbside giveaway where you have some sort of item that you don't really want, and you'd be happy to give it away. You
Can
can,
someone put you on the sidewalk?
nobody wants it.
Second.
In short, it takes a little bit of effort on our staff's account to organize the communications, but they put it out. If somebody wants it, they pick it up. If they don't want it, they put it back in their shed or
Don't
whatever.
they do that
Put it in the
now?
garbage bin.
I think that
Yeah, they do. It happens
now.
in my
We don't do
My
it in
area.
a formal fashion, we don't advertise it, and I think Jennifer was expecting you to come in, well, I talked to her the other day when we were spoken. You had forgotten to go and communicate with her or something.
Yeah, in short, we have to have council approval to actually
Yeah.
to do this. It doesn't really work now because we used to have twice a year, spring and fall cleanup, and then people would roll around the community looking for
They
stuff.
do.
They still do.
And
They do, but now it's harder to do because every week you could put something out or not, so it's not targeted. So if we actually had a concentrated, say, whatever, some Saturday or something like that, put your stuff out that you think is good enough to be for somebody, then, and they knew that, and they.
And we advertise it and promote it.
Yeah, that's all. It's just.
Right now, people can put stuff out with their weekly pickup
Yeah.
there, but it's different for every area, so this would be a targeted 1 day or 2 day or whatever it is.
Where we'd
We would
actually
not look
advertise
at-
it in our
We would
flyers.
advertise it, we would not like worry about having to do the bylaw enforcement pieces and like it would be a targeted event.
I recall when we actually moved to like the weekly pickup or like able to do large items, bulky items on a weekly or bi-weekly basis. It actually was one of the very few criticisms we received. It made it harder for people who reuse things to find them because you never knew.
Yeah, they do that in the college community, when the students go out, I think they do that in.
There's nothing wrong with it, we just need council approval so that we can.
So I'm moving that we approve some sort of communication plan around a curbside giveaway.
Second,
I just have a thought on that. What about if you do it outside that designated day? Is that going to be illegal?
Well, this is the thing,
I think
because we would have to suspend our unsightly requirements for that
So you're
day.
just putting, you say you put one item out, it's not, it's just not, it's just by putting it out.
But our solid waste bylaw has restrictions on how long and when things can be put out
What's
before
the
collection.
same ways? Like for instance, an example, I had a ladder that I didn't use. I just set it on the ground in front of my property.
We aren't gonna enforce that.
Well, I appreciate that, but it's.
how long does it stay there?
Is that illegal? That's all I'm just curious.
If it's there for 2 or 3 weeks and nobody bothers to pick it up, yeah, go.
It was gone in 24 hours.
there's an old freezer out in Marriott Cove that's on the side of the road, that may be.
That's garbage product.
You know, I just don't-
That's not
I
unsightly,
think
so
the
nothing
point of it
is
is
unsightly.
that if it was out for 24 hours and it disappeared, we probably wouldn't have the opportunity to get to the enforcement stage. But if it was out longer than that, it would be against our solid waste bylaw. In this case, though, what makes it difficult with that is that it's hit or miss, so people don't know. Whereas what Councilor Vino's talking about is when you have the bulk collection days, everybody knew that on that day, everybody was gonna have
There were
something.
trucks going up
There
there.
was lots of people going up, out, and having stuff out curbside instead of a hit or miss kind of situation.
I don't think it can hurt.
We're just gonna advertise one day.
Yes, please. So you need a motion or what do we got?
We already, you moved it and Adele didn't second it? Oh, Derek did, yes. Any further discussion? We've got our legal opinion already. All those in favor? Opposed, motion carried. Okay, I think I'm on to,
Point seven. So,
oh, appointment of returning officer, yeah.
so moved.
Second, discussion, all those in favor? Motion carried.
Yeah.
And now I'm on to open the vote.
So I'll go down deep and try to be positive, right? It's been a good meeting. So a couple of things. I had the opportunity to sit down with the executive director of Sherbrooke Lake Camp earlier in the week. And I certainly was aware of Sherbrooke Lake Camp, as we all would have been over the years. Yeah, up on the far end of my district in Franny Corner, actually, which is part of New Ross. So I met with the young lady, and we met for a number of hours, actually. We met here, and as part of that discussion, we walked over and saw Cosette, because with Pro Kids, she was very much linked into the kids that do attend the camp and the opportunity for support. We chatted about their annual report, which I'm looking forward to receiving very much so, and their plan to go forward. Sherbrooke Lake Camp is, if you're not familiar, you maybe should check out the website. It's actually quite full of exciting information and detail. They are a rustic camp. Their description says, rustic camp nestled deep in the woods. They pride themselves on commitment to respect the natural environment, waterways, and the kilometer-long sandy beach where participants, campers can swim, canoe, laugh, sing, and play. So Sherbrooke Lake Camp, in addition to what was just said, they have 9 cabins accommodating 8 campers in each. They have a main dining hall that does have power, the cabins do not. They accommodate children or kids, for week-long camps between aged 5 and 15. And they also have set times during the summer with family camping weekends. They are also available for rent as a facility for organizations, for municipalities who want to do an off-site session, for weddings and so on. So I just wanted to mention that. And I'm actually, they were in a number of years ago. It was when actually I try to have placeholders. It was when Councillor Hector was here, when I was on council and he was here. They came in and under their major project stream, I think $15,000 or $20,000 at the time. So they are one of our eligible organizations in terms of grants going forward. So part of my discussion with them, and I encouraged them to come in actually as a proud facility, just a wonderful facility in this municipality. So I'm going to go back to them and say, you need to come in and do a presentation to council, because we often at times hear from organizations who want to update us and make sure that we have them, in our go forward plans. So I think I'm going to make sure that I do that in a more dedicated effort. Encourage Jules Lawrence is her name, to come in and present to council. I think that would be an eye opener for
I've
us.
been out there, it's a nice
Yeah,
spot.
yeah,
And I know kids who've gone there.
Yeah, it is a beautiful location. So just wanted to mention that because I hadn't done that for a long time, and I think that was important. Second thing, I want to mention something new that's actually just kind of starting to percolate in the community of New Ross. Believe it or not, there's more to be done in the community of New Ross. And coming together, first time, it's going to kickstart it this afternoon. We're calling it Tourism New Ross. There are 17, 19 have been invited, but 17 have said yes to today because they have other commitments. 17 partners will come to this gathering in New Ross, and we're not talking provincial or federal partners. That list includes, of course, you would guess, businesses and organizations in the community of New Ross, all with the focus of tourism. So I just thought the community, again, as we all know, our own community is better, if you will, surprised me yet again in terms of their efforts of working together and wanting to all row in the same direction and making sure that this business partners with this business, this organization knows what this organization is doing, and all of the above. So Tourism New Ross, go, go, go. That's it. Thank you. You'll be there? Thank you. No,
He doesn't have the citizenship yet
no, he's,
for New Rock.
Anyway, people, that's the end of the agenda. Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second?
Are we not gonna do
No,
that?
you're not. That's a workshop we're having.
Okay.
When are we having it?
We haven't set a date yet. We gotta look at the calendars and see what staff time and what information they need to prepare and stuff like that. But it'll be,
Do we know, May has 5 Thursdays. Do we know which day we're not having a council meeting in May?
middle.
I know.
No,
Well,
actually, that'll be coming forward. So
Because NSFM.
NSFM is on, I think, the 9th, the 2nd. So we'll probably propose canceling the
Typically.
second one and
And
hold it
moving.
on the 3rd.
just for planning purposes, if we can get that.
We have a second to adjourn? Oh, did we? All those in favor?
So- In terms of that workshop, it's going to get tricky too, because I already know that we aren't having budget discussions the end of March meeting because Sharon's away, and the next week Eric's away.
So we gotta sort it all out.
So-
yeah.
I can tell you where my head is right now.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that we would have a general budget discussion workshop on probably Monday or Tuesday, the 8th or the 9th, I think, of April. And then in probably a 4:00 one or 4:30 one. And then the following evening, we would focus just on council grant, or on the grant piece of it. So separate out have the bigger picture